Hi everyone, this is Fred Giampietro from New England Auctions, and we're very excited to sponsor the Nameless Art Fair, opening up this Thursday evening and then continuing through the weekend. A special thank you to Adam Irish, a talented dealer, collector, and show promoter who I very much appreciate that he's continued with this project to bring self-taught material to the forefront. A special thanks also to some of my colleagues, Frank Maresca, Roger Rico, Carl Hammer, Tim Hill, Aaron Anton, Larry Whiteley, Harris Diamant. All of these folks did so much to really bring this material forward. It's material that's been very close to my heart. It's what I collect, although, of course I deal in everything, but so I thought it'd be fun to take you folks around the room, around my office, to show you what I've been putting together for the last several years, and it's a small part of it, but it gives you an idea of where I'm coming from. So one of my favorite things, which I bought at Brimfield maybe 15 or 20 years ago, is a mold for a face mask, Halloween face mask. And I love, sort of the reference, whether it's, accidental or deliberate, to Northwest Coast totemic art. To its left is one of my favorite artists, is Hawkins Bolton, who I've collected for quite a while. And we have a couple of great pieces coming up in our auction in March, our outsider art auction. This is a nice piece that I actually bought just recently from Cabin Morris, one of my favorite dealers as well. I love the hand form. I think I, sort of adopted this interest from Bill Greenspan. There's so many different ones, and I don't know, I just love them. And every time I see one that's different that I have, I always pick it up. This is another favorite, and it's a recent purchase. I bought this from Steve Powers. Steve and Josh Lowenfels are very talented dealers who have a great gallery in the city. And this is a ballerina figure that I absolutely adore. To its left are a pair of 18th century Delaware Valley chairs. So, you say, what does that have to do with this stuff? Well, you can see that they bring power to each other, and it's the juxtaposition and commonalities between periods that interest me, whether it be the curves in the sun rays of the sun plaque, or it's the curves and the splats. I see a relationship, I feel a relationship to the surface integrity, and so to me it's a very satisfying combination. The three things up on my filing cabinet are a little more recent. So the monkey I bought at one of our own auctions of self-taught material about a year ago, which I'm crazy about this piece. It's a great carved with wonderful surface, carved wood. A nice early 20th century Native American figure, pretty big whirligig figure. And moving over to the left, so this is jumping back a century. We have a paint decorated wall box, but I like the abstraction. I like the geometry, I like the sandal curves, and the surface integrity, and also the paint, which is very spontaneous. So I see a relationship to this material as well. Moving to the left is a carved stone owl that I picked up 4 or 5 years ago, which I love very much. To the left of that is an erotic figure that I also bought from Steve Powers and Josh Lowenfels. Behind my desk now, here's a terrific carved lion. I love lion figures. At the end of the video, you'll see another one that I have a pair of. Above that is another Hawkins Bolton's, one of my favorites. I love the combination of materials and, again, the spontaneity of this piece. This falls a little more into sort of industrial art, and but I love this dress form. I've always loved dress forms, but again, I also see the relationship. Thinking of the strapping as brushstrokes and the spontaneity of them and the geometry, I think is a great piece. This is a very recent purchase right here from Guyette and Dieter, which I was very thrilled to get. A nice codfish weather vane, beautiful surface. This is one of my favorite pieces. This is a pair of stoneware figures that are painted. Edgar Allan Poe and his wife, who were, of course, from Philadelphia. Bought these maybe 25 years ago, sold them to David Good, and then when David sold his collection, we bought them back, and reacquired them. Always been favorites of ours. They're just great pieces. Finally, I'll just end over here, which is the iron figure that I talked about. And this is one of a pair that we have. We acquired these from Tim and Pam Hill maybe 10 or 15 years ago. Consider them some of the best things I've ever had. So I hope you all enjoy the fair. It's going to be very exciting, and I hope you find a lot of treasures. Buy something from the dealers. That's how you support them. Thank you again to Adam, and we'll see you there.